Billy Donovan has done an unbelievable job modernizing the Chicago Bulls offense and utilizing their best players in space. He does an unbelievable job at moving guys around to different positions and putting them in an area where they can attack an empty lane. The easiest way that he does this is out of a downhill pick and roll opportunity, where he'll have a trailer pitch from guard to guard or guard to wing, followed by a step-up ball screen just above the elbow that allows for dribble penetration to a spaced floor. The Bulls will put a ton of different guys in that trailer spot. Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams for mismatch opportunities, Otto Porter for the same, and Kobe White. They rotate their ball handlers into all of these positions for the matchups that they want to attack. You'll notice that no matter who the ball handler is, the floor is spread very, very well with these high pick and rolls. The lane is always open for either dribble penetration, rollers being open, or making easy kicks to corner shooters when defenses collapse. Donovan's offense has a great deal of misdirection built in around corner movement and guys who are popping in and out of the slot. You'll notice this type of cut frequently, this fake ball screen or ghost screen action from one elbow to the other. Right now, the Bulls use it a lot to weave into that pitch into that slot ball screen. It gives their bigs a great opportunity to set screens without moving a ton, and their ball handlers the opportunity to get downhill. Sometimes this will be more of a handoff into that high ball screen, and other times it'll serve almost like a double ball screen where they swing, reverse, and set two of them. This false action to enter into these sets, where the guard-to-guard screen or that fake ball screen occurs, is really, really important to the misdirection that the Bulls have with the rest of their ATO sets. A couple counters or wrinkles they can get into out of this weave action. First is a Spain pick and roll where they'll clear out one corner and turn it into that ball screen back screen combination. Another wrinkle is for when Zach LaVine is denied on this reversal. They'll run a blind pig action by hitting Wendell Carter Jr. or another big at the elbow and trying to get him to play downhill. Here's where the misdirection is key. Watch Kobe White on this play. He runs that same guard-to-guard action, and it looks like we're going to have the exact same set here with the weave to the downhill. But Kobe keeps going and clears through to the other side of the big man and ends up setting a stagger for the man in the opposite corner. It's a great misdirection action that takes advantage of defenses who are going to be playing that downhill pick and roll and expecting him to come back to the direction he came. Beyond that, it's just a nice action to generate good looks for a shooter coming off a stagger screen for three. Couple more counters that Donovan has to this type of formation. First, they'll wheel that one shooter through on that ghost screen and have the other big set a step up. It provides the same spacing with the floor really well spread for dribble penetration. Another counter that they have here is going to be the same type of spread pick and roll, this time with a corner exit screen. It keeps the baseline open but provides a little bit more movement and can get a shot for some shooters. The Bulls will also call for a lot of different double drag or transition-like actions, where they'll set two ball screens for a ball handler and have various wrinkles for what to do with the screeners afterwards. A lot of times, if the shooter is the guy who sets the first screen, what they'll do is send a down screen for him as he comes back to the top of the key. It's another great way of occupying help defenses and making sure that there's a little bit of movement instead of just a stationary double drag. If the second screener is more of the shooter of the pair of guys setting in the double drag, they'll flare him out to the wing, and they usually accompany this by emptying that strong side corner so that there can be no help on that shot. The Bulls try to play through Kobe White and Zach LaVine, so they'll set a lot of single high ball screens, either guard-to-guard actions that'll be two-man games leading to a pick and pop, having a pick and pop come from Lauri Markkanen or one of their stretch bigs, or they'll just run simple screen and roll with more of a rolling screening 5-man. Like pretty much every other team in the NBA, they have automatics they get into when they can't get a shot off of the pop or the roll. Generally, that leads to a two-man game on the other side where it's a speed dribble handoff with whoever is stationed in the corner. A lot of times the Bulls will put Zach LaVine or Kobe White here so they have a playmaker in that spot. Just a couple other actions that the Bulls have run that I really like. First one here is this Philly step-up ball screen. It's a lot of false movement with the Philly or Iverson cut before leading into that spread pick and roll formation where the lane is completely empty. They love to set early flare screens for Zach LaVine and sometimes for Kobe White to develop a quick three on a possession. You may notice that in order to make sure the shooter is open off the flare, they wheel the other man in the opposite slot through to the corner. It's a great way of clearing out backside help. As a counter to this, one thing that they'll do is have LaVine set a back screen for a trailing big. When he pops out, it's right into a spread pick and roll. You'll notice here this is tagged with that corner exit, and sometimes what they'll do out of the same formation is have him set that rub screen into a side pick and roll. Just a nice counter to keep the defense guessing. To close things out, here are a few other actions that Donovan has run once or twice, sometimes trying to target a specific matchup against certain teams, or just nice wrinkles that he's drawn up out of timeout situations.